Dozens of Chicago public schools will close after this school year, but a few are saved from the chopping block. The Chicago School Board making its decision Wednesday afternoon. Julian Cruz joins us now with the details. Hi, Julian.
Hello, Dolly. As you know, this all began 7 months ago with a list of 300 underutilized schools, and it ends this evening with the gut-wrenching decision by the Board of Ed to shut down 49 schools this fall, with the 50th school, Cantor Elementary, to be shuttered in 2014. Now, along with the decision to close these 49 schools comes a reprieve for 4 elementary schools. Leif Erikson Elementary, the only magnet school on the west side, will remain open. Marcus Garvey Elementary on the south side, Mahalia Jackson also on the south side, and George Manair Elementary on the near north side, all of these schools to stay open. Now, those parents and teachers are said to be ecstatic, but a lot of unhappy people with the massive closures. Emotions boiling over for much of the day. This was the exception. The vast majority of public speakers expressing themselves with eloquence and passion, but several incidents where angry speakers had to be escorted out of the hearing room, having gone over their allotted time, or they were not registered to speak. There were 60 speakers that had a chance to say a couple of things before the vote took place today. It's a measure of how upset many thousands of parents, teachers, principals, and even kids are about the impending closures. Safety, one of the gravest concerns many parents have, with kids switching schools and crossing neighborhood or even gang boundaries. Top police commanders were on hand to discuss the plan to keep children safe, but top public school administrators and Mayor of Chicago, Rahm Emanuel, have argued that the closures are painful but necessary steps to fix the failing public school system in Chicago, a system facing a $1 billion deficit with students dropping out of school.
Made a commitment to work to build trust. It does not happen overnight. To create transparencies and to gain respect for the system and for our communities. I, like members of the board, have visited the schools in question.
And I don't see how you have the heart to stand there, to witness, and be part of such a discrimination on Lafayette students and all across the city.
We were blindsided by the proposal 2 days before spring break when we tried to join the conversation and suggest several alternatives to the current proposal. We were ignored by the network, and that is why I must ask you to vote no today.
Of course, the vote to close 49 schools unanimous, and people are not happy about it. You can see protesters in front of CPS headquarters. They have been here since early in the morning. Now, the mayor and Barbara Byrd Bennett, the school CEO, say that the money that they save from closures and consolidations will result in substantial investments in the so-called welcoming schools, things like air conditioning in every classroom, a library in every school, new and upgraded technology, including iPads for all students between the grades of 3 through 8, and also a customized safety plan for each school. Now, there's certainly a lot of work to be done. This is all set to take place in the fall, so certainly the CPS, Dolly, going to have their hands full trying to implement all of these changes and get these welcoming schools up and running. At CPS headquarters, Julian Cruz, WGN News.
Thanks, Julian. The president of the Chicago Teachers Union called today a day of mourning for the children of Chicago. Karen Lewis's statement says, in part, their education has been hijacked by an unrepresentative, unelected corporate school board acting at the behest of a mayor who has no vision for improving the education of our children. It continues saying Mayor Emanuel and the board are on the wrong side of history. History will judge them for the tragedy they have inflicted upon our students, and it will not be kind. Mayor Emanuel released a statement about the school closings, saying, I want to thank CEO Byrd Bennett, the board, the commission, and the tens of thousands of community members who have played an invaluable role in helping to ensure every child in the city has access to an education that matches their full potential. I know this is incredibly difficult, but I firmly believe the most important thing we can do as a city is provide the next generation with a brighter future. More hard work lies ahead, but I am confident that together with teachers and principals, engaged parents, and community support, our children will succeed.